Okay, so summary for Super Dungeon Explorer Forgotten King. Just have to show off the box again because I love the artwork. I mean, it's just so dang pretty. Look at that. And the game came with a coloring book. I don't know if I don't think that the retail game will, but still, coloring book. It bears mentioning. I'm pretty sure you can order it from their website though. So,
Wife is happy.
If you like coloring, then there you go. It's awesome. At any rate, really, Super Dungeon Explorer is what I would call on the lighter side of these, thematic dudes on a board, RPG style beatdowns. It has fairly simple mechanics, lower numbers on average. Hit points are smaller numbers, defense is smaller number, attack is a smaller number. You only ever hit for one unless you have, a massive damage ability. It's much simpler, and really, as long as you have one person, preferably the console player, who knows the mechanics, and the little fiddly rules here and there, because there always are some in these thematics, then it's very, very easy for people to just, jump right into the game and play. You can explain the simple little player aspects in just a mere moment and be off on your way, and away you go. We've taught this to, 6 or 7 people at this point. No one's had a problem just picking it up, getting right into it, and going. Unlike the heavier ones, the Descent First Editions, and to a degree Imperial Assaults and those kind of games where everyone really needs a bit more of an idea of the background mechanics and things like that. That's definitely not the case with Super Dungeon. One person can keep, things pretty well managed without, gaining a heavy tactical advantage or anything like that. Oh, sorry, you didn't realize that by moving 3 spaces diagonal, you activated my, countermeasure from rule subsection A for, whatever. You won't see that in this game. And in the arcade mode, which, this is kind of the combined summary for the whole box here. In the arcade mode, you'll definitely see that being cooperative, it makes it possibly even easier to introduce people to the game because you're literally on their team. So you can go, okay, see, so when we do this kind of thing will happen. We got to be worried about this, prepared for the mini boss coming out when we break this spawn point, and, things like that. I'd still probably recommend Classic for teaching the game, just in case they have any kind of experience with any sort of game like this, because it'll feel more familiar to have a Dungeon Master type character. But if they don't, well, by all means, start with the co-op. And so really where it excels is being simple and fast-paced. However, you run into a little bit of an issue with the higher player counts where the console is taking a turn in classic mode after every single one of the player turns. So, it's going to be 4 console turns to 1 player and another player and another player and, so on. So I've heard some players, not all of them, but some of the people who've taught the game, complain that they felt like they were getting a fraction of the playing time that, the console was. And in arcade mode, you're obviously not going to see that, but still, you run into definitely a bit more management with more players in between turns, because you're going to do the 2 heroes, and then you're going to do, a whole bunch of the console stuff, and then 2 other heroes and more console stuff, and so you can feel sometimes like you're not getting as much screen time as you might like in the higher player counts. However, it works fantastically with 2 and 3 players. You don't feel like there's as much downtime. I'd almost call them the more optimal numbers, though the game works just fine in either case. Definitely, you gotta love the figures. I mean, they're just fantastic little guys. I'm sure Camera Wife will be painting them up as soon as she gets the opportunity, because they're just great. I mean, especially the bigger guys. I mean, look at that. He is just so cool. Look at that King Sprout. He's like, yeah. You want to sit there muttering, "Feed me, Seymour." Just
the card says it.
over and over and over and over. And the Grobit Executioner here. I mean, they're just wonderful. Trent, who actually, again, I don't know if it's a retail thing or not, but there's a hero card for him, so you can actually use him as a, hero character.
As well as Bashful Boris.
And he is a beefy, beefy hero character.
Yes,
Tough is just a mean ability for a hero to have. But yeah, so the components are obviously very nice. I do have a little bit of a complaint with the boards in that they wear and ding and damage pretty easily. I don't know that they could have done much to prevent that, but they're so pretty that the little, fuzzies and whiteness and dings on the corners, and we have been very, very careful with this game, just really kind of irk me a little bit, but it's a minor quip. The cards are fantastic. They're well laid out. The details of the special abilities are on the back, so you can just flip a card over and go, oh, okay, that's what Forced Shift does. Ah, gotcha. So you only need to dig out the rule book a very minimal amount. Especially once you've played it a couple times, you'll have everything pretty well down pat.
And it's compatible with the base game.
What?
With Super Dungeon Explorer.
Oh, yeah, sure. There's a compatibility pack available that will make everything from the original Super Dungeon Explorer work with Forgotten King. And the little compatibility packs, I think, are like $10 or $8 or something. They're really cheap. So if you have any of the original stuff, or if you're looking to really go big, that's certainly a way you can go about doing it. And it's always nice to see companies not just going, screw the early adopters, we've got a second edition, so buy this. I'm looking at you, Pandemic, who I will never buy anything else for ever.
Right.
Anyway, I'm not bitter. Quite you. Anyway, so really, it does a fantastic job of being a lighter dudes on a map experience without getting boring or terribly repetitive, because you want some more variety, there's tons of stuff available. Soda Pop just loves to crank out more sets you can get, but that you don't need. However, if you're the compulsive completionist type, gotta have it all, maybe avoid this unless you're also rolling in money, because there's a lot of stuff you can get. And it's all readily available. You can purchase it all, but you can purchase it all. So, kind of got to make your decision there. So, anything you would like to add?
It's super cute.
Yes, it is super cute. So, people that like cute approved.
Well, I mean, show the squirrels.
Yes. The armor-plated squirrel creeps, which we didn't do any exploration cards, so you didn't get to see those. But
they're so awesome.
And of course, their built-in ability there, you can see that.
Stop moving.
In your pants.
Yes. And it is a lot more mean than you think it is when you initially read it.
Yeah. But so, we absolutely adore it. This definitely has a long-term place in our collection. And as much as possible, we'll certainly be picking up extra little expansions and stuff, because for the most part, you don't really have to learn anything new. It's just more dudes you can fiddle with. More cool little options for everybody. So definitely, hope you found some of this useful, got a good idea how it goes. As always, none of our gameplay is ever scripted. It's all just us goofing around, which is why you see the occasional stumble and goof in our goofing. So hopefully it was useful. If the arcade video isn't up yet when you're watching this, hopefully it will be soon. We'll film it as soon as we get the chance. So till next time, get off your computer and go play some more games.